for all small business owners.
I'm your host, Sean Moat, and with 15 years experience in digital marketing, I've got a passion for small businesses and social media. Each week we'll speak to a business owner, find out about their business and their struggles with social media. So let's dive into this week's episode. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6, I think. I'm struggling. I'm running out of fingers, Vit. I think it's episode 6, and of Donuts with a sprinkle of social media. I'm excited. We've gone international this episode, and I have Vit joining us from Dubai. Hello, Vit. How are you today?
Hi, Sean. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. All good, and I think the weather around on our side is a little bit better than on your side, I guess.
Yes. I don't know if you can hear it. It wasn't as bad as last week's episode when I was recording with Chris from Spiky Carrot, and you could hear the rain bouncing off the roof of the office here. So I sometimes wish that maybe I should join you out in Dubai.
Well, definitely not throughout the summer. Come in the winter, that's much better.
So me and Vit have met, as you know from previous episodes. I am a Circle Network host of the Highland Circle, and Vit hosts the Circle out in Dubai. So we are truly international, and I met Vit a few months ago with Circle Network, and Vit is an expert in AI. And I know that some people who will be listening will be quite scared of AI, but hopefully not. So your tool that helps people who are struggling with content for social media. So that's called Somalia AI. Is that correct?
It's a Someli
AI. Yes, sorry, I knew I'd get it wrong. Why don't you give us an overview of what it is and how it helps users with their social media?
Sure. Maybe I can start with a little story, why it all came about and how it
definitely.
How I came up with the idea, because I think it just makes sense, because during the COVID times I was running many webinars and teaching people how to use social media for the business, and I realized that many people, they consume knowledge, but they have very little time to actually action on it. And I think, Sean, I'm pretty sure you have also the clients who tell you, what, like, I just don't have time for this, just do it for me. And that was exactly the feedback which I was getting then. And I was thinking, like, okay, so how can I help all those business owners who are out there struggling with, with the online presence? Because we all, as a business owners, we all want to be on social media, right? We all understand that it's actually important for our business to be on social media. But in many ways, we don't have time for it. We don't know what to post about. We don't have the professional skills. We don't have the discipline or the consistency, all these kind of things which are coming. And obviously, we need to run our business, right? At the end of the day. So the thing was, I was looking at that, and now I met actually my colleague and my business friend, and now actually the co-founder of Someli, Rajiv, and we just got talking about different things, and I was sharing this idea with him, and he said, "Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, is there any platform like this?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." So we kind of tried to research a little bit, and we realized that actually there's nothing like this. There's no a library of a content where somebody can go to, sign up for, and get ready-made content, like fully editable and ready-made content for his or her business. So we kind of like started to put everything together. Then we joined forces with our friend who is our current CTO, who actually built several other apps before. So he was helping us, and he introduced actually the AI part into the business as well. And he said, like, why don't we build it? And that was all before this ChatGPT craze and all that stuff. So we were kind of like building that tool based on AI, and we knew that will be big and that will be very, very helpful. And yeah, I mean, 3 years down the line, we are live and kicking.
Yeah. And I think, if people listening to this, I'll be saying, Sean, you run a social media agency. Why are you invited someone in who's going to tell the people that they can do it all with AI? And I think the joys of this is, my clientele want me to do it and can afford for me to do it. But there is some businesses that can't afford to do it, or the price of an agency puts them completely out of it. And I think having tried this system to have a look at it, it produces the content, it keeps it on brand, it keeps the consistent messaging, and almost, for a small business owner who's struggling for their day-to-day task, takes it out of their hands a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would kind of create or share a parallel, why would you sell a watch if there is already a watch out there? Because there are many different watches for different people, right? Like somebody like Rolex, or Patek Philippe, and somebody likes cheaper watches, because they just want to see the time. So it's there is a lot of people out there who needs our help. And the help can be in very unique and customized way, like you do for your clients, Sean. And that can be help for other people who just basically want to receive post in very concise and fast matter, and they would probably be our clients. Obviously, if they graduate, I would say to the high level, and they would like to have like a very personalized content and then something very special on this. So yeah, I mean, then they will go probably to your agency or somebody else's who does that kind of thing. And so I think, honestly speaking, there are so many people out there really struggling, and I'm talking to them on a daily basis, and I'm pretty sure that many of your listeners will have the same issue, right? Like I just need to be out there on social media, and I don't know how. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of clients out there who need our help.
So tell us a little bit about some of the unique features of the tool and how it can help a small business owner with the whole content creation.
Yeah. So our kind of like our mantra in Someli is simplicity. We really want to be simple, to be simple in terms of use, simple of design, simple of if people are getting in front of some very complicated tool, which will make them confused, where should I click? What should I do? So that even the design needs to be simple, the use needs to be simple, the whole structure of this needs to be simple. So I kind of like I'm a big believer in the simplicity in all this. So that's how we trying to position our Someli tool. Yeah. So basically, what Someli does is Someli automates post for our clients. So we are preparing based on a certain like a criteria and a few questions which we are asking through the onboarding process. Our AI engine will start creating posts for you. We'll put them into a content planner. Once you come in, you can just review and approve those posts, and then we will post it on your behalf to our social media channels. And we also have like a little dashboard which will actually see and oversee what is the performance of your post. So again, it's very, very simple. Sometimes people say, because all the posts are fully editable, you can edit them. And sometimes people say, well, it looks like a very simplified Canva. And I'm very happy with that, with that thing, because yeah, exactly. That's what we want. Like if you go to Canva now, you know how complicated that is. I mean, in a way, it's a very complex tool, right? Like, absolutely fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing against Canva. Actually, I use it as well. But many times you don't know where to click, what to do, or how to do this, how to do that. You need to have like tutorials and how-to videos, about all this. So I'd like that Someli is very intuitive, very simple to use, and basically is designed to serve the clients with delivering them the posts.
I always laugh when people mention Canva, because that used to be our secret tool that no one knew about, and now every man and his dog knows about Canva. And again, the recent changes there, that they're using the power of AI with some of their technology to help people. But you're right, it's becoming more of a complex tool, and seeing the output that your tool gives, it just gives people the opportunity, doesn't it, to just keep that presence there.
Sure.
And as marketers, we both know that it's all about consistency. We're both very friendly with Elsa, and a Beef and Brand, and and she bangs the consistency drum, and we both know it's about consistency and keeping that message going. I think that's where the tool really helps, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And consistency is my another, like a simplicity and consistency. Maybe these are two words which I really love, especially consistency in a way, because I really feel that regardless to what you do, if you're consistent in your life, then you can achieve what you set what you set for yourself to achieve. So I think from that perspective, really, it's extremely important. Many times I can hear when people always, I can laugh as well. People say, you know what, like, I will do it, but first I need to create my brand, or first I need to do this, I need to do that. And I know how tricky that is, because then you start thinking, oh, life takes over. There's so many other things which you need to do in a business, and 3 months down the line, and you're still not doing anything. So I think, right, like, done is better than perfect. That's another thing which I feel is very, very important for us business owners. Yeah, many times we're trying to be perfect, and perfectionism is basically, it's a disease, to be honest. Yeah. It's done is really done is better than perfect. I would just sign my name under this.
Yeah, and I think it's like you say, sometimes we can get het up with getting that brand and everything sorted first, but really this gives you the opportunity to start getting your message out there from day one. And maybe people might curse me for saying, don't get your brand sorted first, but sometimes as a busy business owner, and especially if you're just a new startup, you need to build that awareness. And I think this is where the tool helps, isn't it, to step in, get the almost the messaging correct, and allow you to then build on the brand itself.
Sure, don't get me wrong. Like, I have nothing against brand. Actually, I think it's extremely important. On the contrary, I just wanted to make a point that sometimes people get into this or maybe a bit of a procrastination, if I would say. I need to build my website first before I start social media. I need to, do something before I start social media. But actually, that's not true. You can start building your following on the social media from day one. That doesn't make any sense. Actually, the other day I was running a poll on my LinkedIn profile, and I was asking people, what is the most important content that they like to see or on LinkedIn? And the number one content was how to earn tips. Yeah. So imagine, if me as a business owner, I'm not sharing any tips, I'm not sharing anything, I'm invisible. Yeah. If I'm sharing something, once in a week or once in a month, some people, they say, well, I'm posting on LinkedIn, how often, or once in a month. Well, like, you are invisible, to be honest with you. Like, it's just like it's nothing really. Yeah.
When we talk about algorithms and everything, and obviously AI's got its own little algorithms running in the background, but one of the biggest things, and we've hit on the head already, consistency. That if you're not appearing on these channels every day or at least 2 or 3 times a week, you're just going to get lost in the competition, because people are on there every day, aren't they?
Sure. And in the same time, I would like to kind of say to the listeners, just don't worry about, because sometimes when I talk to people, and I'm sure that you have the same experience. When we talk to people, oh, you need to be on social media, I need to be, there is so much pressure on them, and they feel, oh, I need to be on a TikTok, I need to be on a Facebook, I need to be there, I need to be, and then it's building up that huge pile of things what I need to do. And when I'm overwhelmed as a business owner, I tend to not make decisions, so I don't do anything. Yeah. So when somebody is overwhelmed, usually they don't take decisions. So that's why I always say, please, just simplify that. Start from one channel. If LinkedIn is your channel, just start there and don't worry about anything else, because you will learn. You will learn about your audience, what they want, what they like, what kind of content they consume, and based on that, you can start building up more. The more incentive is there, like for you, so you will see that it starts working. Somebody's responding, somebody's commenting back. You will feel more inclined to actually create more content in a different channel. So don't feel like it's overflowing or overwhelming. I need to be everywhere. No, start with one. One, and that's the simple one.
And I think you're right. When we were speaking about this last week's episode with Chris, Chris identified that LinkedIn was his platform. He's targeting business owners. He realized that LinkedIn is where business owners hang out, and he concentrates his effort on that channel. It's not to say that he doesn't post on other channels, but his concentration is where his core audience, and I think that's key as well. And anyone thinking about this, thinking, oh, this tool must be absolutely the price point must be extortionate because it's got AI technology. Just looking at your price plans, from £39 a month. For 8 posts a month, so that's 2 posts a week. That's a great start for someone who's just building their presence, and right up to 28 posts a month, 7 posts a week for 199. It's very affordable, isn't it, for the small business owner?
Yeah, and this is again, this is something what we have tried to keep our price level really affordable for smaller business owners, or for smaller businesses. Even here in Dubai, the charges of the social media agencies, which is completely different work, to be honest. Yeah, so it's difficult to kind of like compare that. But it starts from like $1,500, $1,500, $2,000 per month. Yeah. So not everyone can afford to spend that amount of money. So obviously we are slotting ourselves somewhere between those agencies and somebody who is actually not posting at all so far. So actually we're working even the tool with the tool, we're actually working with agencies, with social media agencies like, for example, yours and others, who are using Sommeli to cater to their smaller clients, which they would not normally take on board, right? Okay, because for them it's a lot of other work which they need to do for those clients. So yeah, I mean, price point is important for many people, and yeah, we're just trying to make it as affordable as possible.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask a question, and it's mainly for the Deltas. So a lot of people have ethical considerations when it comes to AI. So such as data privacy, and all that lot. How does your tool tackle those issues?
Yeah. So obviously there are, I know, I understand that there are many issues with AI, and there will be still many issues with AI. At the end of the day, I look at it very pragmatically. Is AI possible? I mean, is AI creating for me content that is interesting enough that I will post it on my social media? And then many of those things, like, for example, tips, best practices, how-tos, interesting facts, historical statistics, trends, things like these, they don't really, they kind of like they are evergreen. You know what I mean? Like they're not something which you would wonder about like sharing my personal, data with AI. No, they are not. They're just like a generic information which are helpful to other people. I can give you an example. I was actually talking to one of our clients, and she was concerned about. She said, like, I'm food stylist, and I would like to create my post with your tool, but I think like your tool cannot really help me. So I sat down with her. I showed her the platform, and then it created a post where it said, when you sprinkle the avocado with the lemon juice, it will not turn brown. So if you don't want your avocado to turn brown during your photo shoot, then sprinkle the avocado with lemon water. And she was like, oh, that's fantastic. I mean, that's really good tip, which I can share with my audience. And I said, you see, like sometimes we have this assumption that AI is, taking our jobs and stealing our personal information and all these kind of things. But actually, that's not true. Yeah, I mean, all these generic information, I think they are perfectly okay, and they are like there's a lot what we can share and what we can do with AI, even without that privacy and all these other issues.
Yeah, definitely. And I think when AI started to get big, when the ChatGPT come out, and there's people worried about ChatGPT, all this AI is going to take people's jobs, and actually it's assisting you. For example, I volunteer as a director for our local credit union in the area, so I sit on their board as their marketing director, and I used AI this week to analyze a document that had all our financial information right back to 2017, and it gave me trends, it gave me forecasting within minutes. And I think this is where AI is going to be so powerful in the future, that the productivity is where it is. It's increasing your productivity, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, what I really like to see, the chat modules, the GPT modules, which are out there, which basically will allow smaller business owners to tackle the big companies, because you suddenly have at your fingertips, you have all the knowledge and all the tools which you can actually use for your company. So for me, it's not just about all the information revolution, but it's also about kind of like I would call it revolution in terms of a business. How easy it was 30 years ago to take on some big giant company. You as a small business owner, probably nothing. Like you couldn't compete with them. Now you can, because you're using very, very similar technology. The technology is becoming very affordable and very, accessible for all of us. And that's really, that's great to see. I mean, at least for me, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. No, I am too. So what do you envision the future of AI, especially in social media as we go on?
Yeah, so I should look into my crystal ball now, right? Well, the speed of the AI is just incredible, right? Like imagine like within like a few months, how many new tools came up, so many new things are every single day. So it's very, very difficult to predict kind of like where is it going. But I think we are heading towards the individual GPTs. So where you're gonna build your own team from different custom GPTs or AI GPTs, where each one of them can be sort of your helper, your assistant, whether it will be accounting, HR, it might be some IT analyst, and all these kind of things. And I think that's kind of interesting in terms of a business. In terms of a social media, where AI is heading, I was joking the other day. I was on some podcast as well, and I was joking. I was said like in maybe in a month's time or 2 months' time, we will be sitting our avatars, our AI avatars, chatting with one another, and we will be sipping pina colada somewhere on the beach. so maybe that's where it is heading, because. I think there are so many menial things, as you just mentioned. In analyzing things, which we can really offload to AI, to the technology which we have, and we just can really we just concentrate and focus on what is important for our business, in terms of a vision, strategy, and things like that. So I think it's just going very in a speedy way, and it's towards very exciting times.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is an exciting time, even for us as marketers, being able to harness the power. Because even us as marketers, we struggle with coming up with, I struggle sometimes with coming up with content for a client, and having the AI to just say, give me some ideas. It's brilliant, and I think that's where your tool comes in, isn't it? That for a small business owner, they don't have to come up with the ideas. The tool does it for them, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's one thing. I was just chatting with someone who is building the websites, and she was crying, and she said, "Oh, AI will take away my business and all this." And I said, actually, I don't think so. Like, if you're really smart about it, what's the main issue with web developers? Usually the content, right? Like, they're waiting for the content from the client. I said, like, why don't you go to ChatGPT and ask for the content on behalf of the client, and then instead of waiting for clients to give you the content, try to get some kind of content. I understand it may not be perfect, and nobody is saying that it's going to be perfect, but at least you're not sitting in front of the blank page, staring at it and thinking, oh, what's my first sentence? No, I mean, you're already bringing something to your client and saying, have a look, this is what I created for you. Do you think, is it usable or not? And then the client will say, oh, let me revise this, or maybe these are not the words. Okay, fine, cool. And then suddenly, you are the one who is proactive and bringing in something on, to the table, which before, it didn't happen. So just utilize that utilize all these tools which are out there for the benefit of your clients. And I think that's where it really, where I feel, a lot of people, they struggle. They don't see the business side of the AI. They just go ChatGPT and chat about some things, but, use it for the benefits of your clients.
Yeah, I think, people are frightened. Like you say, people are frightened. Those who feel that they are frightened that, AI is going to take their jobs. It's never gonna replace a human, because it still needs that input. It's about harnessing the power of it and understanding how what you put in, and the quality of what you put in is the quality of what you get out of especially platforms such as ChatGPT. What you put in is what you get out, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there was a joke that AI will not take away my job. Only idiot would do my job.
Yeah. So I'm going to put on the screen for anyone who is watching the video, Vit's website, so you can head on over to there. And I do see that for £1 you can get even a trial. So if you're a Delta, you're not even having to commit yourself to it, isn't it? But
yes. I think that's also important. People cannot jump into some software or some kind of website unless they know and test it. So we have the trial period for 1 month with just £1. So yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to try it, feel free.
Yeah, and I think what I've seen from the tool, it's got everything that you need. It has the dashboard, it has the insight, it has the library of content, and you can also, if you're not happy with something, tweak it, can't you?
Yeah, Absolutely. Yeah. It's fully editable. All posts are fully editable. You can start creating your own posts. And that's another thing which actually we didn't talk about, but I see many people, they run like this hamster, trying to create content on and on and on and on, but they don't think about repurposing the content. So in our tool, we have my library section where you can actually create your own content, or you can put the content in there. You can store it there. You can create your own library of posts and just very quickly, dip into it. And if you want to populate your content planner, your content calendar, you just repurpose the content which you have already there, and then you're done. So within a few minutes, you can really create the full calendar, for the month.
And what platforms is the tool helping?
So at this moment we have basically LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. So we're posting to these three major platforms, which usually for the business is pretty enough. We are actually now testing, and that should come very, very soon. We're testing videos. So we will be introducing TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. And that's probably, again, that would be probably the full package. But there are some more plans which we have with Sommelier, because at the end of the day, we would like to help people, kind of like a handhold them, throughout the process of social media or digital visibility. So we're building the whole platform to become, I would say, social media accountability partner. Yeah. So there is still a lot of work which will be done on the platform.
I was interested that you didn't mention X, because I was reading an article the other week, and it seems that Mr. Musk and his friends are putting more and more things behind a pay per service, such as going live is now going behind the paywall. And I was reading that you need to post nearly around about 10 posts a day to get any traction, really, on X.
X is becoming. I really don't understand what's the strategy behind Elon Musk, all these steps which he's doing there. But yeah, I mean, he put API behind the paywall quite high, actually. I think it's about, I'm not really sure, I think it's $5,000 a month, just to use the API of Twitter or X. And yeah, I don't know, like it's silly, but yeah, I mean, it's his strategy. It's his platform. He can do whatever he wants with the platform, but we can also decide not to post into that platform, and that's what we decided, rather than spending this amount of money, and it's just ridiculous.
And I think the problem, I think my personal opinion is that you do need to post so often, and it's unachievable for a business owner or even an agency, unless you're a specialist who only specializes in X. God knows why they called it X. There's nothing wrong with Twitter. And I don't think that's going to solve the problem for a small business owner, really. That's my opinion.
Sean, for me, I think number one platform for any business owners is LinkedIn. It's very good organic reach, still very friendly in a way. People, whoever goes to LinkedIn has that hat of a business owner, so they don't expect you to share some pictures of your yesterday's dinner or this morning's breakfast. So from that perspective, I think it's very, very business-like. I know sometimes it's too much in terms of the a lot of sales messages. Sometimes it's a little bit too salesy, but I think overall still LinkedIn for me is number one platform where I go to in terms of a business.
Yeah, and I probably agree with you. For me, for my own business, it's probably the platform. Although I am now seeing a bit of traction on TikTok.
Yeah, sorry. I have to say, because I have another channel which I'm sharing kind of like a video marketing tips, how to create videos, because I'm a video producer and TV producer by my profession, so I can't get rid of that part of my life. So actually, I have a TikTok channel. I can see very, very good organic reach there on a TikTok. So even with a small number of I mean, I started really just a week or so ago with that channel, and with very small number of followers, I'm getting like a 1,000 views, 1,500 views or something like this. So it's quite decent.
Yeah, and I think and for me, so for my agency, we concentrate on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok now, because I've seen such the ease of organic growth on TikTok, like you've mentioned, and you don't even have to be professional. I know your background, so I know that your professional background, but picking up a smartphone and you can be on TikTok and get your message across and reach, like you say, thousands of people straight away.
Yeah, sorry that I'm jumping in. Funny that you said that, because just recently, again, I was talking to somebody and some of the business, and the business said, "Oh, we need to have this, and we need to have this strategy, and we need to have that." And I was telling them, yes and no. On the one side, why you're not getting the engagement on your post is because you start thinking too much as a business. Think as a 15-year-old kid who has a mobile phone. And does he think about strategy? Does he think about the lighting? Does he think about, all this? No, he thinks just about the content and how the content get out there. Yeah. And that's why, these kind of videos, which are a little bit raw, a little bit, unpolished, they're getting so much engagement because it's all about the content. It's all about the message. It's all about, it's sometimes fun, jumping or dancing or lip syncing or whatever. I mean, that's a different thing. But I like that idea that let's think like the 15-year-old kid, getting the content out there, being focused on getting the content out there, not being overly focused about, I'm not sitting in the right place, or I'm not really doing, or maybe my dress code is not perfect, and all these kind of things. That's nonsense. Just let's get the right content out there to our clients.
Yeah, and I was one of those what we call faceless marketers for quite a long time. You would never seen this ugly mug in front of a camera, but I've embraced it recently and started doing more and more videos. And like you say, I just pick, if I've got something to say. I did a TikTok the other day about X's paywall and how live streaming was going to go behind it. And I was in my partner's warehouse, and I just picked it up, and I think I got about 1,500 views on it. And I do think that TikTok is and will still strongly come the number one platform soon.
Totally agree. Don't be perfectionist. If you have something to say, if you have something, and we all do, actually, that's the whole point, right? We are all experts in our industry, so don't be afraid to pick up the camera and say something, give some tips. As I was talking about the avocado, and the lady, she was so surprised. She said, "Oh, this is a really good tip." I mean, yes, you see, there are people who will be happy. They will be grateful to you that you share that content. Yes, I understand there is so much content already out there, but it's not yours, and it's your take on that particular subject, which can bring some other people to do whatever you do, or maybe just give them some bit of a support and boost in what they do in their business.
And I think it's crazy that I think putting lemon on an avocado would get thousands of views because it's so doing a video of "Did you know you do this?" to an avocado on TikTok, we both know we'll get thousands of views and comments and likes.
Absolutely.
And it's those little things in it, the little hints and tips that can really show you as the expert in your field, and can go from this is what I love about TikTok. You can go from 0 followers to having thousands of views, and that's what it's about. It's about getting your name or your brand or your business out there, and people consistently seeing it.
Sure. And I think also it's about because the more content you post, the better you will be in creating content, and the more you will understand what people consume, and then you also will be consuming some content of other content creators. So you can pick up on how the content is presented, because it's not just about the tip itself, but it's also about the form, how to do it. So even on the LinkedIn, and I talk about it also many times, even on the LinkedIn, when you do this social media, don't stick to just videos, or like a post. Try something different. Try poll. Upload some document. Do some carousel. Try to see what people react to, because the more information you have, the better your decision will be. And I like to talk about social media as a well-written magazine. It's not just about interview, right? In a magazine, it's about, editorial, some tips, crossword, I don't know, some questionnaire, different kind of things. So be engaging. Many people, they're crying, oh, my post is not getting engagement. Yeah, they are not, because they are not engaging. It's nothing to engage with. So just that's important.
You do know that I'm now going to steal that. Social media is like a magazine. I've never heard people talk about social media being a magazine, and I absolutely love that. I'm now going to steal that and put that in my pictures.
No problem whatsoever.
But no, let's get back to your software. A one-liner before we finish up today: why people should try it.
Yeah, it's simple, because it's simple. It's simple and affordable.
Yep, brilliant. I was really looking forward to this because, obviously we're in the same sector. I love talking to people from this. And I think this is, talking to, business owners will be listening. If you want to come and try Circle Network, you can truly go international now in Circle Network. Yeah. I think all my guests so far have been from Circle Network. It allows you to meet new people. We were never connected across if it wasn't for Circle Networks. So I would urge anyone to go and have a look at Circle Networks and come along. 2-week free trial, over 70 events worldwide now. We've just launched in South Africa today. Was today?
Yeah,
today was today. So this is the start of July. So we just launched in South Africa today. So we truly are worldwide, and you can meet amazing people like me and Vit. There is some other people, but they're not as amazing as me and Vit. So yeah, I would urge. I always like to do a little plug for Circle Networks when somewhere during my podcast, because I just love it so much.
No, I think networking is extremely important for all of us who are doing business. I love networking. I love and Circle Networks. I found it really I'm a big networker. I'm going to a lot of different networking events. But I really found Circle Networks as one of the most effective ones. I really like that. It's online. It's very easy. Again, simple and easy.
Yeah, and me and Vit both hosts. So your Circle Network was today at 1:00, wasn't it?
Yes.
I got worried because it's 4:00 in Dubai, isn't it? Not and 1:00 in the UK.
Correct.
And we were booked on to do this podcast, and thinking, oh, how's he going to do both? And mine is every fortnight on a Thursday at 1:00. So, but there's so many to choose from now, isn't there? And
yes.
The difference. For anyone who's wanting to know more about Circle Networks, the big difference is friendship fuels business. And that's what we do at Circle Networks. We build friendship first by introducing each other to who we are before the sales pitch. We've been to so many of these network organizations that it's just sell. And you're right, it's so effective when you start building friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, like I'm in a Circle Networks because of Frank. I mean, you know Frank very well. We've been friends down here in Dubai for many years. We've been part of different networks as well, so we know each other. And he introduced me to it. I was just first I wasn't really interested, but then then when I realized how easy it is and how effective that is, then I just fell in love with Circle Networks, and I'm a big believer, in networking, and Circle Networks is definitely one of those great organizations, great communities.
Yeah, definitely. So Vit, I'm really pleased that you joined me today. Thank you very much for joining me. It's still raining here in Scotland, so I guess the sun's still shining in Dubai.
Well, I mean, it's already setting. 7 o'clock evening. It's already, the sun is down, but it will come up again tomorrow.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Vit. And for those listening, join me next week for more Donuts with a Sprinkle of Social Media.